Wrestlers typically must do whatever their bosses tell them as part of their job. The scripted nature of the product requires the same commitment actors give when playing a role. However, there have been plenty of instances of noteworthy performers refusing to put over a specific wrestler or multiple names in their career. Each name in question has ranged from talents to do it once for a certain reason to those who flex their influence on numerous occasions. The bigger names have obviously had an easier time getting what they wanted by complaining against the designed finish. WWE and other promotions have fell into the issue of having to deal with these wrestlers not putting over opponents. Welcome to Honor Wrestling Club, and here are 10 wrestlers who refuse to put other wrestlers over. Disclaimer, this is just 10 instances of this. I'm sure there are many more instances, this is just 10 of the most interesting. Welcome to the club. In number 10 we have Shawn Michaels, who became an almighty migraine for the WWE in the 90s. The attitude of Shawn Michaels made it clear that he was becoming a huge problem in the 90s. Michaels not only rubbed others the wrong way and used the Quick to gain more backstage power, but he also refused to lose to multiple opponents. Bret Hart was the biggest and most famous instance of this, as Michaels told Hart to his face that he wouldn't put him over, and this caused a lot of their tensions. Vader and Davey Boy Smith also witnessed Michaels not wanting to lose to them at various points of his main event run. Davey Boy is probably the most annoying and the biggest example of Shawn Michaels' debaggery, because of the fact that it was Davey Boy dedicated the match to his sister who was dying of cancer, and Michaels said, no, make me Grand Slam champion instead. What a tool. Apparently he's quite nice now, but back in the 90s, jeez. In number 9, we have Miro, who AEW just stopped using for the reason of him refusing to lose the people. The AEW tenure of Miro was a strained one, with lots of ups and downs coming from it. Miro had a pretty good TNT title reign, but everything else was sloppy, as he rarely consistently featured on the television product, even if you discount the injuries he had. Reports began to circulate that Miro became known for shutting down ideas backstage that involved him having to put others over. One specific idea that got leaked of Miro not wanting to lose a battle royal in the final 2 with Hangman Page eliminating him. In number 8 we have Rey Mysterio, who didn't want to have a transitional title reign. WWE made Rey Mysterio the Intercontinental Champion after a tremendous feud with Chris Jericho that involved him surviving putting his mask on the line thanks to him using his big brain. That made it confusing when Mysterio was booked by WWE to drop the title after a month to Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam 2009. Mysterio flexed his star power for a rare instance by requesting to not lose this match and continue his title reign a little longer. Fate would actually see Mysterio have to lose the title reign a few weeks later due to him violating the wellness policy and getting suspended for 30 days. In number 7 we have Disco Inferno, who didn't want to lose his match to a woman. WCW enjoyed the lower card work of Disco Inferno as a comedy enhancement talent who loved disco and music, hence why he's got the disco in his name. Respected female wrestler Jacqueline joined WCW to enter a storyline managing and teaming up with Kevin Sullivan. Management wanted Inferno to lose an intergender match to Jacqueline, but he flat out refused, due to not wanting to look weak. WCW actually ended up firing Disco for a few months before he returned to the promotion and willingly lost to Jacqueline to regain his job. In number 6 we have the Honky Tonk Man, who refused to lose on several occasions in WCW and WWE. The ego of the Honky Tonk Man made him an incredibly controversial figure in the wrestling landscape for good reason. WWE witnessed him refusing to drop the Intercontinental title to Randy Savage during his legendary title reign, and instead extended to ultimately put over the Ultimate Warrior. This refusal actually cost the $1 Million Man his planned WWE title victory at WrestleMania 4, and instead led to Savage getting that. It was the right move in the end, but still. WCW also had to feel the wrath of Honky's ego, and in 1994, he would get another run in the mainstream playing the same gimmick. Eric Bischoff would grow tired of Honky's attitude, however, when he hesitated about putting over Johnny B. Bad and demanded a bigger contract extension to get fired. In number 5, we have Hulk Hogan, who was the first major star that become known for refusing to lose. Part of Hulk Hogan's reputation was about his refusal to lose matches and always look strong. The end of Hulk Hogan's tenure saw him not wanting to drop the title to Bret Hart and earning a lifelong enemy due to it. That's probably the most famous example of it, to be fair. WCW would feel this even worse, as they gave Hogan a creative control clause in his contract that made the issue even worse with having the legal rights to shut down ideas he didn't like. The horrible finish of his match against Sting at Starrcade 1997, and his refusal to put over Jeff Jarrett in 2000, showed his refusal using his clause. That one with Jeff Jarrett actually lead to a lawsuit owing to Vince Russo's shoot promo later in Bash of the Beach 2000. Even a return to WCW saw Hogan back to his old tricks as he refused to lose to Shawn Michaels in 05, leading to their very funny match at SummerSlam 05. In number 4, we have Vader, who refused to lose a match that got inspired by social media. One of the strangest matches in wrestling history saw Vader, yes, the Big Van Vader from the 90s, face Will Ospreay in the United Kingdom promotion titled Rev Pro. That's a real sentence that actually happened. The match came from Vader's social media rants about the original polarizing match between Ospreay and Ricochet. You know, the one where they bounce around and do lots of gymnastic-y looking stuff? Vader complained because it's not real wrestling, but if you like that kind of thing, yeah, go for it. It was confirmed that Vader made it clear he would not lose the match to a younger star and won them a strange bout in about 6 minutes. Fans reacted very negatively in the live venue, but Vader wasn't going to lose this match under any circumstances, and Ospreay apparently willingly did the business, taking the loss. So, way to go, Will. Number 3, we have Steve Austin, who used his name value to make his voice heard. Steve Austin became the biggest star in wrestling history, at least since Hulk Hogan, but I'd argue of all time, and had the influence to do whatever he wanted at various points. However, WWE began to use Austin in a slightly lower tier of capacity and drawing power in 2002, which led to him getting frustrated when they asked him to lose a random match. Austin did not want to lose an unadvertised match to rookie Brock Lesnar on Raw, especially since it wasn't leading to another program or match. This caused Austin to walk out, famously taking his ball and going home for about a year. It should be noted here that Austin was willing to put Lesnar over on either a pay-per-view match or in a good storyline, however he felt that losing this match on a random episode of Raw with no build was a waste of a huge money match. This was another instance of Austin flexing his power. On another occasion, he refused to face Hulk Hogan and obviously never wanted to put him over. That's probably down to his good friendship with Bret, I'd imagine. In number 2, we have Chyna, who refused to put over other women. WWE originally made Chyna a star by having her face male wrestlers and even winning the Intercontinental Championship on occasion. However, a change was made in 2001 when Chyna won the Women's Championship to attempt to elevate the division. She just ended up kind of ruining the division because, she was sat on top of it. In this period, Lita had begun to get over with the fans, which led to WWE deciding to book Chyna to drop the title to her as a huge passing of the torch moment. Chyna refused, which led to her winning their big pay-per-view showdown, but she shook Lita's hands after to give her respect. Contract negotiations ending led to Chyna never dropping the belt and the title being vacated following her departure. And in number 1, we have John Cena, as a Nexus suffered from John Cena's request. John Cena is a universally beloved wrestler by his peers for typically doing the right thing. One rare instance of Cena acting selfishly and not wanting to put over others came during his feud with Wade Barrett's Nexus faction. One major team match at SummerSlam 2010 was scheduled to see the Nexus win and continue their dominance, which made sense as it was their first proper match. And, why would you beat your brand new guys and all the rookies and stuff that you've brought up to make stars? Why would you beat them in their first match? Come on, guys. Basics here. Cena wanted to get the win for this, and that led to him getting the win, and it led to the Nexus taking a rough loss in stupid fashion as well. And the Nexus were never really able to gain the same momentum. And there you have it, there's our list. So what do you think? Let us know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button and click the subscribe button if you're new around here. That's all for now, so I'd just like to thank you for watching, and welcome to the club. See ya!